Next on the team, Caitlin Clark.
Tiger Woods was unprepared for this. The man who witnessed it all in golf remained motionless, staring at the scoreboard as if it had just glitched because Caitlin Clark, yes, the basketball legend, had just broken golf records and left pros dumbfounded. The media is rushing to make headlines, and the audience is going crazy. How in the world did she accomplish this? Tell the truth. Do you believe Caitlin Clark would be as dominant as she is in basketball if she were to play full-time on the LPGA? Leave a comment below with your thoughts. It's extra amusing because it all began softly. The RSM Classic Prom was intended to be a relaxed, enjoyable occasion. A few celebrities, a number of professionals, and some light-hearted competition. Not too serious. Then someone noticed Caitlin Clark's name on the playing list. At that point, everything changed from being peaceful to chaotic. Tickets that had been open for weeks were resolved in a matter of hours. Not even the LPGA stars were purchasing them for Tiger. They were purchasing them for Sear.
Previous video how this Pro-Am event originally wasn't even going to be televised, but there were so many fans who were emailing the organization saying, how can we watch Caitlin? Can we come to the event? Can you live stream it? All of these things. And it ended up being put on television. And that was great. Fans were really excited about that. There was so much buzz online. She was trending on Twitter, all of the things. And the LPGA was promoting the crap out of this event. And they also did something really smart by pairing her up with their currently #1 golfer in the world.
Everyone wanted front row tickets when the woman who turned the WNBA upside down was going to try golf. Fans were lined up at dawn wearing actual basketball jerseys, not golf polos or caps, but Caitlin Clark jerseys. The whole thing appeared less like a golf competition and more like an Indiana Fever game. Welcome to the first crossover of sports history, the basketball meets birdies, said one of the announcers. The crucial moment then arrived. The voice of the announcer, who was now representing the Indiana Fever at the University of Iowa, reverberated across the stadium. Caitlin Clark, please. The wind literally stopped. Thousands fell silent. Calm as ever, she approached the tee box with a smile that suggested it was just another practice day. She wasn't carrying a basketball, though, which made a difference.
WNBA, because the LPGA just did everything that the WNBA should have been doing this season. They did it all correct.
The driver was in her grasp. She took a breath, glanced down the fairway, and swung. And the sound, which was loud enough to cause Tiger Woods to raise an eyebrow, was pure contact, clean, and crisp. The ball traveled as if it had its own GPS. It landed exactly in the middle, 270 yards down the fairway. The audience went crazy. People were applauding, shouting, and some were even filming in shock. Tiger, that's the best first swing I've ever seen from a non-pro, Woods muttered as he laughed. Steph Curry, who is a competent golfer, tweeted almost immediately. Right now, Caitlin Clark might be superior than me. The internet was completely destroyed by just tweet alone. In a matter of minutes, Caitlin Clark's golf became the most popular globally. She is the most natural crossover athlete since Michael Jordan, according to ESPN. The headline, Caitlin Clark just revolutionized golf forever, appeared in Golf Digest. Here's the really exciting part. She had no intention of taking it seriously at all. One reporter claims that she arrived and stated that she simply wanted to unwind and enjoy herself. Yes, of course. Her approach to unwinding is setting new world records.
I wanted to come say hi and introduce myself. I play out here on tour. I'm Maria.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for being out here. It's very cool what you're doing for sports, kicking ass on and off the field. But now,
and here's the Caitlin Clark effect, Morgan, with Maria Fossey and other players out here following.
That's good.
A lot of fun meeting these young.
Annika, could I steal you for a second? I didn't think I'll have like bigger. I can't say bad stuff on TV, but badasses. Once together. We're doing a fun like quickie on that side. There we go. Yeah.
I'm next.
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Hi,
Caitlin.
Nice to meet you.
I said the buzz from the players
over here, so.
I'm distracting you.
for
No, y'all are trying to get
has
finished.
been huge.
Somebody take a picture.
By the way,
Thank you.
Allie, an
Ready?
outstanding
Yeah, let's do
point
it.
guard in her own right
All right,
in
ladies, here
Fulton,
we go. 3, 2,
Mississippi.
1. Hang tight.
All
Gotcha.
state
Thanks for
Nice to
being
meet
here.
you. Yeah. Good luck.
Thanks.
in that sport as well.
There was more to this story than the chaos that engulfed the golf world. Do you recall the well-known WNBA players who talked about her nonstop throughout the season?
AA.
Wilson, Angel Ree, and several others. All of them just stopped talking. There was not a single tweet or post. When she made history in another sport, the same people who had accused her of receiving too much attention abruptly stopped using Wi-Fi. Fans also took note. Funny how Caitlin's breaking golf records and all her so-called opponents turned into ghosts, one commenter said. They had time to hurl shade all year, but no time to say congratulations, someone else commented. More was conveyed by that quiet than by any words. In the meantime, she was treated with complete respect by the LPGA professionals. After the round, world-class golfer Nelly Korda approached Caitlin and remarked, "You belong here." They were simple words, yet they had a lot of meaning. Caitlin's energy is pure. Maria Fye, another athlete, said to reporters. She provides us with what we've been lacking, and that's the distinction. She was frequently viewed as a threat in basketball. She was regarded as a teammate in golf. Let's now discuss the historic shot. Even PGA professionals make mistakes on hole 7, a par 4. Everyone anticipated that Caitlin would be cautious as she queued up. However, Caitlin Clark is not safe. The ball sped off as if it had somewhere to go when she swung. IT slid and came to a rest just inches from the cup after landing flawlessly on the green. The audience let out a gasp. After a brief period of silence, there was mayhem among the commentators. People are applauding, phones are flying, and Tiger Woods is clapping. She broke the previous Pro-Am record by finishing the round 13 under par. 13 under, consider that. Tiger Woods later told reporters, "That was one of the smoothest, most confident swings I've ever seen from someone outside professional golf." Woods is a three-point shooter. That's a big deal coming from Tiger.
Caitlin, that could be in. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Right from the inches away! No! Caitlin!
Wow.
Are we sure it didn't go in? I'm nervous.
Is this it? Is this like a, we're good, we're gonna call this a birdie?
I don't think so. No!
Yes!
That's huge. Great birdie.
Great birdie, great birdie.
Naturally, the business side followed. The time when Caitlin Clark's name was added to the event list, demand for tickets increased by 200%. They kept getting calls from sponsors. She was sought after by brands for tech alliances, clothing agreements, and golf ads. Within a week, she reportedly obtained several additional sponsorships, including one with a major sportswear business, another with a golf equipment manufacturer, and even a streaming service agreement to record her training. She practically made a $1 million opportunity out of a single golf weekend. The WNBA appeared awkwardly silent in the meantime. The anxiety persisted even though their season was ended. Once more, they were called out by fans. The LPGA is adept at honoring excellence. The WNBA merely makes an effort to conceal it. To be honest, they were right. The world of golf realized something. The WNBA hasn't done so yet. Caitlin Clark attracts followers, money, and attention. You celebrate that rather than trying to stifle it. Caitlin managed it flawlessly on her own. She simply grinned and responded, "I'm concentrating on what makes me happy." When questioned about the other players' quiet, it involves competing in any sport. Classic Caitlin, self-assured, calm, and slightly savage. Her parents were also present, observing from the sidelines. Every time she picks up something new, she gives her heart to it, her mother said to a reporter. "We stopped being startled a long time ago," her father added, laughing. It is wonderfully summed up in that statement. Her family isn't astonished, but the rest of the world is. They've already seen this film. Same conclusion, different sport. Caitlyn enters, smashes records, and leaves as if nothing had happened. Not even sports commentators could conceal their awe. We've seen two sport athletes before, but not like this. One person remarked, "Not only does Caitlin Clark attempt new things, but she also masters them." To be honest, they are correct. This has nothing to do with basketball, golf, or even celebrity. IT concerns a person who lacks the ability to perform mediocrely. She doesn't seek out opportunities. She is chased by moments. However, that will be discussed later, since the most fascinating aspect of all may be what transpired following the event. The response from sponsors, supporters, and the sports community as large. Caitlin Clark took her time celebrating after the event. She remained behind to take pictures, sign autographs for children, and even offer some golf advice, which is funny given that she had just recently taken up the game. But that's part of her appeal. She isn't acting as though she is more important than the present. She is the reason the moment is so significant. She was besieged by reporters like bees around honey. "How did it feel to break a record on your first try?" inquired one of them. With a grin, Caitlin remarked, "I had no idea what the record was." That is the type of statement that garners media attention. Greatness, without effort. No boasting, just the facts. The golf world was doing math while she grinned her way through interviews. Overnight, merchandise sales surged. Caitlin's appearance generated more income than the previous 3 events put together, according to prom organizers. Sponsors kept phoning to express their desire for her to appear in all billboard advertisements and commercials related to women's sports. The most absurd aspect was that golfers, not basketball fans, were spearheading the movement. "I've never watched women's golf before, but if Caitlin's playing, I'm tuning in," someone said on a post on Golf Digest. "Finally, someone who makes golf exciting again," remarked another. "She has a knock-on effect like that. When she enters a new sport, people who had never given it much thought start to pay attention, not because she's trying to be ostentatious, but because she makes competition seem enjoyable once more." The internet was making fun of the WNBA while the LPGA was applauding her. People began sharing screenshots side by side. Caitlin is praised by the LPGA. WNBA players are sharing dance TikToks and brand partnerships. It's cruel in the comment section. Drama is encouraged in one league while skill is encouraged in the other. The change was palpable. The WNBA attempted to manage the Caitlin Clark story for months by restricting coverage, downplaying her significance, and treating her like a regular player. But now, no matter how hard they tried, they couldn't ignore her. She was no longer merely basketball's face. She was starting to represent sports entertainment. Guess who saw it? Woods, Tiger. The following day, Tiger was questioned about Caitlin's performance during an interview. "It reminded me of when I initially broke through," he remarked with a smile. "Fearlessness, accuracy, and confidence. She possesses it. That comes from a man who finds it difficult to give compliments." Pictures of Tiger and Caitlin having a quiet conversation close to the clubhouse appeared a few hours later. Although the details are unknown, rumors have it that Tiger offered her a private training session, something he doesn't often do. She is formally in the golf inner circle, if that is the case. The big, shocking endorsements followed. According to reports, Caitlin Clark signed 3 significant contracts in less than 48 hours. One with a beverage company that wants to use her as the face of their new emphasis campaign, one with a golf apparel firm, and one with a luxury watch brand. The total value of such transactions exceeded $15 million. Let's consider things in the larger context. In a single golf weekend, she earned more money than the majority of WNBA players do in their entire careers, and that's just reality. It's not shade. Sports reporters were referring to it as the Clark effect. "Every league wants Caitlin Clark, and can you blame them?" was one headline. Fans began making jokes that she might as well become a full-time golfer in the interim. Someone wrote on Twitter, "Tiger best start looking into his records if Caitlin joins the LPGA. She's going to need a bigger trophy cabinet," someone else commented. But there is a reality hidden behind all the jokes. Caitlin Clark is more than just a talented athlete. She has a knack for winning. Her competitive spirit is infectious, and she exudes it everywhere. Even casual admirers may sense it. To enjoy watching her, you don't need to be a lover of golf or basketball. All you need to do is enjoy observing someone who makes excellence seem effortless. More athletes began to respond as the weekend wore on. Wilson described it as wonderful. According to Patrick Mahomes, she's a monster. In one attempt, LeBron James even uploaded a video of her hole with the phrase, "This girl, unusual." However, there was still a lot of hush in some WNBA quarters. A.A. Wilson didn't say anything, and Angel Reese didn't offer congratulations. Fans asked a single, straightforward question in their remarks: why? Some expressed pride, while others expressed jealousy. Others claimed that they simply couldn't bear to see someone else take center stage once more. To be honest, though, Caitlyn didn't deserve their praise. The media, the audience, the supporters, and now the whole golf community were all rooting for her. Speaking of fans, they are constructed differently in her case. They track her across time zones and sports platforms. People come to see her perform. For this reason, additional celebrity events featuring her name are being considered by golf organizers. Because everything sells when Caitlyn is involved. She's not a visitor, an executive was heard to say. She is the focal point. He is correct. It was also demonstrated by the ratings. More people watched the broadcast of Caitlyn's prom appearance than the majority of LPGA finals. That's crazy. On Sundays, golf networks, which typically see a decline in traffic, suddenly saw an increase in primetime traffic. The best part is that Caitlyn doesn't even pretend to understand how significant it is. Like it's a nice neighborhood game. She plays, laughs, and waves to her supporters. Just talent and personality, no drama or ego. She shrugged and responded, "Let's just say I'm keeping my options open," when asked later if she would think about becoming a full-time member of the LPGA. "If she wants to, she'll do it and probably win," is the translation. Tiger was so impressed that he brought her up once more. He predicted that golf would take off if she ever chose to play it really. It's not hyperbole. That is a simple fact. You should reconsider if you believe the LPGA was unaware of such. According to reports, their marketing team was already talking about how to work with her. Demonstration events, charity games, and even Caitlyn's own golf clinics for young girls. It's amazing how one individual can instantly alter a sport's energy. It is not Caitlyn Clark's intention to represent women's sports. She differs from everyone else in a straightforward way. She makes winning seem commonplace. Every record she breaks seems to have been meant to be. Every accomplishment appears informal. People adore her because of this. She doesn't need to ask for attention. It simply follows her. Furthermore, the ripple effect should not be disregarded in this situation. Because of her, younger girls are discovering they can succeed at anything, new sponsors are investing, and new audiences are following women's sports. One unplanned golf weekend was transformed into a movement by Caitlyn Clark. She emphasized to everyone that skill is not limited to a single sport. No matter where they play, it belongs to the person who puts in the most effort. She's not striving for greatness. As one fan so eloquently stated, she is being pursued by greatness. Caitlyn Clark transformed golf, not just played it. Tiger Woods looked on in disbelief. Brands lined up with contracts as fans yelled her name. She is evidence of the boundless potential of talent. Tell me now, should Caitlyn continue to dominate basketball or make the move to golf full-time? Share your thoughts in a comment. Remember to subscribe and like this video.